Do not adjust your YouTube sets. It is correct. The man with the shittiest glasses on is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling show in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and of course, joining me, the man below, the man that has just absolutely made a huge event is why we're doing the big announcement a little later on the show. But big things are happening, and we are super pumped. Of course, I'm talking the man from Armsports Entertainment, my good man, the double T, the titties, Tim Tallmadge. Tim, welcome back to the show, my man.
Happy to be here as always, looking at these guys. I'm glad to see you guys back on the show together. Looking forward to more of it.
Well, it was very sad because I got a message from the man to my left, and he's like, I think the internet's forgetting about me. Can I please come back on the show? And I was like, yeah, all right. No, but here he is. He's there. We're going to catch up with him and figure out what has been going on in his world. I'm talking about my man, the Mastodon, Jon Thompson. Tom Cruise, what's been happening?
Let me tell you something. It comes a time in every man's life where you got to take that phone, you got to take that social media, and you got to throw it away. You got to throw it in the lake. You got to bury it deep, and you got to bring yourself to a cave where there's no man, there's only beast in there, and you get hardened by that cave, and you're pounding the rock in that cave. You're doing everything you can, and you know what happens? Soon enough, you don't wanna leave the cave. But in this certain particular life-changing extravagant experience which we are about to talk to you tonight, I will leave the cave. I have left the cave, and I will be in Las Vegas in April.
Well, we'll get to that. Whoa, we're going to drop the news a little bit later on. But let's give everyone a bit of an update, John. Obviously, you know, we've all been speaking every day since you jumped off the social medias. But give the people a bit of a background, why you had a break, why you're going to continue to have a break, and what you have been up to, because you're very well loved, John.
I am no longer on social media because I do not any longer care about social media. I care about being big. I care about being strong. And the only thing that the internet does for me is make me less of both of those things. So now, you know, I feel a little bit different. I feel a little bit more dangerous because now I truly have no consequences. You want to tell me how bad? You can't get a hold of me. You can't speak to me. There's nowhere for you to go. I got to call you. So let me tell you this. I'm in a very good place in my life. I feel very good. And yes, I'm wearing a dark Armsports Entertainment hoodie to hide the exact extent of my enormity. But, oh, be warned. You people will see it. You will indeed see it.
Wow, it's going to be unreal. Oh, I cannot wait for it. Right, we'll say hi to some people in the chat. And John, of course, we're going to talk about a couple of things that have been happening in the arm wrestling world before Tim Tallmadge just lets us know what this big announcement is. And fingers crossed, an absolute game changer. Evan Roach is in there, says, Johnny, come back. You can blame it all at me. You're wrong, but we just can't live without you.
Well, rarity is valuable. Let's say that.
This is what I've been waiting for, Team Uncle Jon for life, says John Milne.
John Milne,
yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Armenian one says, welcome back, the Mastodon.
Armenian, good to see you.
About goddamn time. Uncle Jon zigging and zapping his way in with Timmy in tow.
Joe
Nelson. What a good dude is Caroline. Caroline's in there, says, Uncle Jon is the Pied Pipe and the originator of success of every promotion. Then came Aussie to Let's Go 98%.
Carolyn.
You know, people are happy. Hells yes. Baby maximum bang from Johnny Cooper. Our man Phil Woody said the long-awaited return of the real Maverick and Goose. Yeah, baby. Just to clarify, I'm Maverick and Uncle Jon is Goose.
Yeah, that's definitely what everybody thinks, for sure.
Yes. You're the mum. We've clarified. Ready, bang, zip, zap, Mastodon. I just want to make sure I say hi to everyone in there. I said you're putting on your makeup, but they just think you're doing a big old line of cocaine.
Hey, I haven't seen Evan in a long time, so don't lay that on me.
School lady boy is up and about. Andy Beckett is up and about.
Everybody.
The lucky ones is in there. Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
John Milne, Uncle John's mustache will get any ladies watching pregnant. Should come with a warning.
It's true. I should censor it. I should just be like this.
Lucky, by the end of the show, can you tell us if you're pregnant from Uncle John's mustache? Please. Hello, guys, from Drunk Eddie. Everyone's saying hi to everyone. Murphy's up and about. We will even play a caption game later on. Sounds an awful like Stockholm Syndrome in that cave. Getting pounded in that cave.
Look, I think I've said enough in my time about getting pounded. I'll leave it at that.
Hey, John, saw you at the Bomb Squad tournament in Minnesota. I pulled the 189 class. It was a fun weekend.
Yeah, a lot of arm wrestling going on in Minnesota these days. Good times.
Okay. What else? Okay, I just want to make sure. Ruben Jennings, morning from the Gimpy Grippers. I'll be seeing Ruben at the end of the month. He's in the AWE tournament.
Nice.
Ruben, that's all good. Dan Plexman's in the chat. Right. Woke up this morning and I thought Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler changed her relationship status to single because my phone blew up. Now, I'd like to get both of your opinions on this because Tim was at the last event. John, you've been involved. But knuckles up, the high five. They just had their Arnolds on the weekend.
Yeah, I was supposed to go.
You were supposed to go?
Yeah.
But then you got
real
crook.
sick.
You're a bitch. Oh, I'm in this cave, but
the cave
but
is damp.
I'm in this cave, ladies and gentlemen.
There was mold in the cave. Dangerous.
That's real dangerous.
Yeah, caught an STD from getting pounded by the Rock. But once again, Tim, money issues in arm wrestling. Athletes now going on 2 months without getting paid. It's happening all the time.
Yep.
What you were at the last Knuckles Up. You've been there a couple of times before. Was there anything different? Did it feel different? What was your experience there? Because what tends to be the theme, because they look after you very well at the event. Top class. I've got nothing bad to say them on that end of it. They look after you, but yeah, it's not good what's going on if what all these athletes are saying are true.
Yeah, I mean, not too much was different from the last two that I had been to. Kind of a little things on the inside of people just getting surprised that they had to pay for their own rooms without being told. I think that's just a little bit of a shocker. Some people make this much money. Some people make this. We don't really know. It's none of our business, but I think it hurt some people when they came there and found out that they had to pay for their own rooms. But they did it in aspect that they got told at least that would be covered before their other stuff came. And, it's a trending thing in North America right now. I can't really speak around the world and how other people do it, but you got new promoters coming in doing great things, but for how long do these promoters do great things before these things start happening? We just saw this with the Great American Bash back in December, that they guaranteed all this money. And some of us knew that they weren't going to pay, but I hate to say like go there and learn a lesson and whatever, but I think it really comes down to people need to be looking at promoters that have been around for a while. They've done these things. Yeah, there's some promoter that hasn't done a 15-match super card with international people, but they're still paying out money. They're still treating people how they're supposed to be treated. you've never shown up and never got what you weren't expected to get. And I think it stems that these people need to start realizing where they should be going to these promotions that have been here for a long time, doing what they said they were going to do. So,
and why is it, John? Because you've been Canadian, you've been American. I'm sure you'll jump on my bandwagon soon and be Australian. What is it about Americans that just love the drama? They just like the other week it was all about Greg Sharp. Now it's this, and it just always seems, is it because they're more vocal and it's America, What you guys jump on it and just live for it, share it in as many Facebook groups. Like, eat shit, these athletes haven't been paid. It's terrible. It happened to me. I had to wait 3 months. Right. But like, I don't know, maybe this is my 40-year-old in me to just like, guys, calm down.
So there was 2 events where there was payment problems. Two events?
Yes, I believe September and January.
Did people get paid at the Arnold?
I heard everybody got paid at Arnold.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. But, here's the deal. Been around arm wrestling a long time. Had a chance to work with a lot of different promoters. And now I don't know. The only thing I really want to have time for is to go to people that are my friends and that I know that, if something terrible goes wrong, I know that it's not them. It's just, it's some crazy thing that's happened. And I'm not worried about it because there's going to be more that always get taken care of. And, when you go out there like that, there's always that risk. If it's a pay you after the fact type of situation, there's always going to be that risk. But so you gotta make those decisions at your own discretion. When you get higher up the levels and you get asked to go places, things can get a little bit sticky.
Yeah, it is. It's not ideal. I'm still a couple of $1,000 out. No, not from Knuckles Up. They did pay me in the end, but look, I do wish them all the best. Hopefully they come out soon and say something. I know they're watching now, so good luck to you guys. I hope you fix it all up. In my opinion, I probably would have cancelled January and just focused on the Arnolds. Because if they were having trouble in September, I would have cancelled January or postponed January and focused on the Arnolds.
Or maybe just had a smaller card, maybe. I mean, it's really, from what I've got, because I've talked to a lot of people, and not by me talking to them, it's just that I have a lot of international friends that I take care of for Armsports Entertainment that love coming to my events. And they personally hit me up and said, hey, do you think you can shoot them a text for me? I don't really know what to do, because there's some people that just started traveling over here, so they don't really know how to handle this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it's not that I'm trying to be a bad guy or anything. I said, I'm willing to help you out. I'll try. And I think it really just comes down to communication. I don't know. It's not maybe that they didn't have the money. Maybe something just fell through the last minute that they had, like, every step of the way has always been there. So it was like, oh shit, But I think that just the biggest thing here is communication, because at the end of the day, we all know we're not going to make a living off of arm wrestling. And these arm wrestlers enjoyed the show. They enjoyed being invited. A simple, we may have fucked up, or this person dropped out. It might be a month and a half, 2 months. As simple as that. But when you start ghosting people, that's where we are today. And I just think a simple fact, and I've heard it from multiple people, if they would have just been honest and said, hey, we can't do this until this, we got fucked over, we screwed up, we're sorry, we're going to make it up to you, we wouldn't even be talking right now. It would be it would be nothing. But when you choose to do that, and then the whole run another event per se, when people say, well, yeah, you run an event on our money, the rumors start going and people start talking. Whether that's true or not, doesn't matter. It's just communication goes a long way for people that are trying to make a name for themselves and trying to help you out with your promotion.
Yeah. Well, I hope Chris comes out and says a few things, because it was, kicking people out of the group chat. I'm just going off what's on Facebook, kicking people out of the chat because they're asking for their money. I'm sure sure those guys have their reasons, and I personally would like to hear from them. But yeah, just seeing a lot of mistakes being made, and it's not ideal. I'm not calling for their heads like most people are, but like if they address the situation and address it well, then we can roll and move on, and hopefully again this year they have another event. What about you guys in the chat? Should this have been made public? I did like that Nick Stone waited until the Arnolds was finished, so it didn't affect the Arnolds per se.
And I can speak on that. I mean, a lot of people waited to the Arnolds because they were told they were getting money that Friday. And after they're getting, nobody's going to say something if someone's supposed to get money. It was when some people didn't get money on Friday, but some people did get money on Friday. Per se, the people who were at Arnold's got money on Friday. But the other people that weren't part of Arnold's didn't get money, and people talked about it. It turned into too shady for people to where the Nick Stones, the Cody Woods were like, what's going on? Because we weren't at Arnold's, we didn't get a portion of our payment. Now they're more pissed because there was no clarification on anything. And especially the international guys. The international guys were told Friday, and now we're sitting here talking on Tuesday night, and they still haven't been told what's going on.
Yeah, it does get frustrating when they couldn't pay me. Happened to me as well. And then they're announcing the next card, all these athletes, and then their new headquarters, which I still all hope goes ahead, but it was pissing me off. It's like, hang on, guys, fix this one up first. Yeah, but well, we will see what happens. But John, have you got anything else to say? Because I reckon that'll do with the end of it. This isn't about trying to bury those guys, or just Tim, you run promotions. John, you've been there and been paid, and
well, so when I was at Knuckles Up 3, and what I can this is what I can say from my personal experience. My match with Roger was a pay upon winning. I didn't get paid to show up for that one, but they covered my hotel, they covered my flight, they had the meals. Like you were saying, I was supremely well taken care of.
You get looked after magnificently.
Absolutely. So as far as my own personal experience with Knuckles Up goes, I don't fine. All I have is kind of these, the stories that we kind of get outside of that. So I've been trying to do a big thing in my life where I just treat people the way they have treated me. So I will acquiesce and just say, happy to be on the Knuckles Up card in the future.
Wait. But I treat you really nice.
Yeah, but you're you.
Yeah, obviously I went to the first 4 events. The first 3 were fantastic. And I got within the 30-day agreement. I was paid then. It was just the 4th one. Things spiraled out of control. Of course, if the time fits, of course, I'd love to work with him again. And Will and Chris, if you want to make your statement on this show, I'm more than happy to bring you guys on and we can discuss everything as well, of course, because it's a shame money can ruin friendships, can ruin everything. But yeah, if you want to come on, guys, message me.
I think just a little closing for myself, if they are watching.
No one asked Tim, where's the mute button? No.
Yeah.
No, go on.
I just think the worst thing that you can do is be quiet about it. It's already being talked about. Squash it early and move on. Not saying, move on. Keep doing your promotion. Keep doing the things you're doing. Maybe you have to change a couple things up. Whatever that is, nobody knows besides you. Just, don't be quiet about it, because then it looks more suspicious. Just come out and at least come out to, you don't have to come out publicly. Just come out to your guys. Just come out to the people you owe. And
I did feel bad about the jerseys at the Arnolds. Oh.
I still didn't hear why it happened. I asked like 10 people and they're like, we don't know.
Yeah. Joe, we're thinking of the same. I think the real way to get paid, sign your contract with the last name as your name. Man, I genuinely felt bad for the guys, and I was like, just like things weren't going well, and it's tiring and exhausting. You can see it in their face how like tired they are, and then all their jerseys say name. Like, man, it is shit. But I'll tell you what's not shit, boys. Oh, the big announcement that we've been teasing for such a long time, because initially I didn't believe it was real. But of course, I forgot who I was dealing with. The sexiest, baldest man in arm wrestling. Tim, mate, the floor is yours. Tell everyone what is happening in Vegas come April.
I mean, it sounds so much better when it comes from you. I'm just the guy over here trying to put some fun things together. Why don't you just express how excited you are, and why don't you just explain everything? Like, I'll answer the questions, but I'm just a small guy on the totem pole trying to make a name in North America, to try to make arm wrestling really good and put faces and new faces in front of everybody. I'll let you take the role on it.
Well, for those that have been following the show very closely, this gentleman here and myself have loved two things: arm wrestling and pro wrestling. And John, there's some sort of event with pro wrestling that's happening in April in Vegas. What's that event? Something comes to mind. I think
WrestleMania.
Motherfucker. So what is happening is the Tuesday before WrestleMania, Armsports Entertainment have somehow made this masterful event. And in the main event, you're getting Uncle Jon, and he's going against Scott Steiner. Big Papa Pump. That is right. It is the Bicep Bash. Scott Steiner is hosting an event where he has special guests, including his brother, Rick Steiner, including one of my favorite wrestlers growing up in Kevin Nash. So what's going to happen? Well, we're going to sit there and we're going to do an on-stage show. It'll be myself, Scott, Kevin, and Rick, and probably Sarah Backman on stage. We're going to talk arm wrestling. We're going to talk pro wrestling. And then, of course, we're going to have some arm wrestling matches. You might recognize some of the faces in there. You got Brandon Allen. You got Don Underwood. You've got Jordan Sill. I mean, of course, and our man, Uncle Jon, the Mastodon, will be going against Scott Steiner. But not only that, guys, there's a YouTuber out there named Chris Van Vliet. Now, John, you know a bit more about this guy than I do. Give people about the breakdown and the reach that Chris has that can absolutely build the sport of arm wrestling.
This guy's got millions of followers. In my opinion, he is the best modern day non-WWE affiliated interviewer, possibly even better than the WWE affiliated interviewers. Yeah. He has all of the best guests from pro wrestling. He asks the best questions because he knows everything about the sport. He knows everything about pro wrestling. He knows when it happened, how it happened, where it happened, and he gets pro wrestlers to really open up beyond their general thoughts that you hear over and over and over again. This is a guy who's really going to break it down, and I'm really interested to see what he does with Scott Steiner. And I don't know how they're going to react when I rip Scott Steiner's arm off, to tell you the truth. I don't know why this was Scott's good idea, but apparently I'm the one to end Big Papa Pump.
So for those that don't know, Chris Van Vliet, 675,000 followers on Instagram, 615,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he'll be there with the event. He'll be there. Of course, Tim will have his team. You know, Brandon Allen, Don Underwood are going to put on a show. And I think this event can be a game changer Tim, how did all of this come about?
I mean, I've been a wrestling fan for years. I've watched it since I was like 2 years old. There's always been like, to me, you know, like someone just said in the comments, you got Scott Norton, right? Like he was an arm wrestler in Japan and won multiple titles. And then you have, you know, he transitioned, right? There's so many people nowadays that are transitioning from professional sports to each other. And, you know, Brian Shaw's, the Brandon Allens, you know, everything like that, you know, a couple other guys, whatever. But I was like, what better way to get wrestling involved with arm wrestling? Their reach, in my opinion, is the biggest in the world. Yeah. You know, they, between doing all the events in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, like the eyes that they have on them is something that I think we need. I think that's just the niche that we've been missing is the bigger eye. It's not the ESPNs. It's not the, you know, whatever to make it mainstream. It's that bigger power to make it mainstream. When you take a promotion like the WWE and we bring our stage with their guys, it's gonna put eyes around the world of more of arm wrestling, and that's what I want for my promotion. And so when I approached Scott and he approached, you know, we got in a meeting together. One of my really good friends, my marketing manager, Preston Jeski, he's now his manager, and he goes, "Let's take it over." And so when we started this, it was something small, but it's turned into something so big to where we haven't even released the ticket sales for this one. We've pre-sold 150 tickets out of 300. And we haven't released nothing just because like WWE guys want to come watch it they work for the WWE, that they want to come watch it on Tuesday before they have to start working on Wednesday. Like, and they've already reached out just from word of mouth. And I just think it's going to be great. There's so many different things we're doing with this thing. And they already want us, before we even did this one, they already want us in Virginia for SummerSlam.
And I'm available. I am available. That is,
and you will be at every single one of them. Both of you guys will. That's my word.
Oh man, I'm sweating. That's how excited I am. I am sweating. It's really hot here in Australia. It's fucking boiling. But yeah, this is incredible. Like you're having, not only that, you've got, correct me if I'm wrong, like a popular person that does breaks. Sporting card breaks.
Yeah, so Paradise Card Breaks. They're actually right there in Las Vegas. But back in the day, what people don't realize, when I did my first pay-per-view with Giannis versus Corey Miller, our number one sponsor was a sports card break. Sports cards just coming together with wrestling and arm wrestling, and that's what I like too. But I've had a lot of friends in the community, and I mean, they're like on 6 different platforms with like a total of like 5 million subscribers. And when we told them about this, they're like, we're 100% in. Like, we barely made the pitch to them, and they said, we're in. We'll do a live sports card break right on stage, and we're going to give away a bunch of boxes to your fans. And right now, WWE is the number one cards to be open in front of USC, baseball, basketball, and football right now. Wow. WWE is number one.
And I've got some cards here to be signed by Scott, Kevin, and Rick. I've got them all here. So I'll be sniffing around that thing, and then I'm gonna just put this poster back up before we get John telling us how he's gonna whoop Scott Steiner. Live stream on Triller TV, Tim. What on earth is Triller TV?
Triller's massive, man. I've been working Triller for about 5 years now. I've been wanting to get partnered with them, especially for what I do for Armsports Entertainment and what we're building up to do this year. We're going to do about 6 to 8 events live on Triller. You're going to be able to have a subscription to where you can get all those events, part of your subscription, or you can buy the main card, which is the pay-per-view on Friday night, super matches, or you can buy the tournament by itself. So there's going to be like 3 to 4 options to watch it. But Triller TV, in my opinion, is taking over. You can watch Triller TV anywhere you can watch Netflix. So if you can get Netflix, you can get Triller TV. It's on TVs, cell phones, the internet. It's everywhere. And they're excited. They're so excited to do this. They're excited to partner with this. They love the arm wrestling scene. They want to continue it. They want to promote it. They want to make it bigger and better. They have a lot of connections that we don't have. And there's going to be a lot of cool opportunities for commercial spots, stuff like that on the back end. But if you don't know what Triller TV is, please go check out Triller TV, and you'll see why we're doing it on Triller TV. It's going to be easy to buy. It's going to be easy to watch. There's no glitching or nothing. I mean, they're the biggest streamer in the world. So it only made sense for us to sign that contract.
Yeah, just having a look now. 1,000 live events. That's where AWE is.
Yep.
They got pro wrestling, MMA, boxing. That's where Bare Knuckle in Dubai is streamed out of. Triller TV. What else? Boxing.
They do a lot of the Paul Brothers boxing. It's all hosted through their site when he does his boxing matches and stuff. Yeah.
So, guys, I'm not sure if you're understanding how, like, obviously I'm hyped about potential, the potential of this. So, we'll be able to do shows with Scott. So check out on mine and Tim's channels, because we're going to be checking, there's a separate podcast room to do little short interviews. So, John and I will run some interviews as well. Geez, I'm tempted to bring back my pro wrestling channel for this. And then, of course, we get to go to the big dance, John.
The one that has eluded me for 41 years. Finally, I will step in the hollowed halls.
Now, Tim, we've it's a bit more than a ticket, isn't it, for WrestleMania?
What do you mean?
Well, where will we be sitting? Hopefully.
We will be up in the box with Scott Steiner and the brothers. Yeah.
It's going to be super awkward to sit in the same box as Scott Steiner when his arm's in a sling. It's going to be super weird.
Well, hopefully not. We got more things coming that whole week. I mean, and that's the cool part is like, well, we're going to, if you can't be there, we understand. But if you watch it on Triller TV, we're thankful. But you're also going to see little links throughout the night of where you can actually follow us on our journey. ArmSports Entertainment has our marketing guy coming into town. He's going to be with us for 6 days. We're doing live content all week long. I mean, throughout Vegas, these huge Hall of Famers and us and arm wrestlers at a pool party doing games together, walking the strip together, doing a fucking scavenger hunt together. Like, there's so much cool shit that we're going to do. And, for people who watch wrestling, if you currently watch it, there is a 90% chance one of the current champions will be there Tuesday night.
Ooh.
So there is a special guest that might walk through that door at any given time. And there might only be about 3 of us that know about it. But it's looking fun. It's something different. Like, everybody knows, if you've been to one of my events, ArmSports Entertainment, I'm very passionate nowadays on what I do. And there's a reason why I only do 2 a year, because it takes me that fucking long to get ready for one, because I like it to be so professional, fun, and entertaining. That's why it's in my name. And this event's going to be no different. It's just going to be at a very high level for who's going to be invited, who's going to be there, who might pop in on a Wednesday night because they heard what we did on a Tuesday night. It's going to continue to spiral. And I believe this one's going to be big, but just going forward, the sky is the limit for Virginia for SummerSlam.
Nice.
It's going to be mad. Like, John, like, all jokes aside, like, because we made jokes about this the other year. We were like, can't someone just pay us to go to WrestleMania so we can do a Mania together? But you're not only are you going to Mania, but you're going to arm wrestle Scott Steiner.
Let me put this in simple terms so all the people out there can understand it. one by one by one. Here is my message. This makes me, without a doubt, the most, the best, the biggest arm wrestling entertainer of all time. There has been none bigger. There will never be any bigger. And it's only going to be me rising to the top of the mountain. And you know where that mountain begins? On peak Steiner, that peak, that 24-inch peak that he showed us all back in the day. I'm going to climb that thing. I'm going to plant my flag. And then I'm going to move on to the next WWE superstar who wants a piece of the Mastodon.
Man, it's gonna be so cool. I do smile sometimes at night, knowing that I'm going to be sitting on stage, doing a podcast, a Q&A or whatever. Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash, Rick Steiner, and I just think that the potential for this, for so many more crossovers, like you're saying, Tim, in Virginia, but. There's other arm wrestling matches as well, Tim. Tell us who else is going to be on this card at this awesome VIP event.
Yeah, so obviously we wanted to include some locals and then obviously crossovers. A lot of people don't know, obviously Don Underwood's been in this game for a very, very long time. Don Underwood was a wrestler back in the day. He actually made two movies about wrestling.
They're hilarious.
They're hilarious. Not saying go watch them, but they're fucking horrible.
Keep talking, Tim, because I've got the name of the show in my notes. It's an Uncle Jon. It's an Uncle Jon name.
So I mean that's what, and obviously Don's done stuff with ArmSports Entertainment for 5 years now. Love to have him. And so the first match that we're going to introduce, because we have I don't need to go through the whole order, but there's a sequence of events all night long. And then the first match is going to be Don Underwood versus Brandon Allen. And so we actually wanted to bring in real matches for these things and show that, you have, the wrestling, then you got the arm wrestling. We wanted to integrate it as best as we can. And so I think that match is going to be great. As soon as I called Brandon about it, he's like, fuck yeah. He goes, let's go. And he was walking around like 260. He was actually cutting for something, and I don't remember what he said. And I just saw this morning he's up to 286. He's like, bring it on. So I would imagine Brandon's going to be about 300 fucking pounds for this match.
Jesus.
And he's excited about it, and so are we. Somebody that we may have a match for, we may not, but she's my girl of ArmSports Entertainment, Sarah Bachman. We've done a lot of things together. What's cool that many people don't know, back in the day, she was actually married into the WWE family with Bo Dallas, which is Bray Wyatt's brother. She was part of the Wyatt family. And for her to be debatable the best female arm wrestler of all time, that also has done NXT, which is WWE, and been in the family, for her to be there, it just makes so much sense. And the stuff that you'll be able to talk about is phenomenal. Along with that, what else? We got another match. Uncle Jon's going to get killed. We know that.
Oh, John, you're going to get whooped. And I cannot wait when I get the microphone and just laugh uncontrollably right in your face. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to brush my teeth for 3 days. It's going to kill me. And I'm going to have the worst breath. They go,
I
right
think there's only one thing that you're going to be doing, and that's eating a lot of crow after the match. Because Scott Steiner, let me tell you this, you better bring yourself to the match. You better bring Rick Steiner to the match. You better bring Kevin Nash to the match. And you better hope a whole lot of WWE personalities are there that night, because the match is going to be very dangerous, Scott. Arm wrestling is a very fast, very dangerous sport. And to tell you the truth, the reason I really want to do this is to show once again that not only am I the best performer in arm wrestling, but that I'm also a better performer than the man with the biggest peaks, all your freaks. Well, guess what, Scott? At the end of the night, all your hoochie mamas are going to be yelling my name. So how about you holler if you heard that?
I mean, it's going to be so entertaining, but I mean, we had to throw in a mix that, again, we want people that are good at arm wrestling, support what we do, Armsports Entertainment, right? Support who supports you. That's the biggest thing in arm wrestling. Support who supports you. That's a big thing for us. Jordan, the Thrill Sill, his name says it all. He puts on a show. He's explosive. He's number 4 in North America. Ryan Ballesteros. There's nobody else I can think for these two to go at it that's not going to put on a hell of a fucking show. The number 4 versus the number 7 in North America are going to battle it out. And I think that's going to steal the show right there. It's going to be awesome.
And I think we might even have to do a tag team. I changed my mind because Scott's got a brother turning up. And I think I'm going to be Uncle Jon's brother. So you know what, John? I think I want you to win this matchup because I want that dog-faced piece of shit Rick Steiner to be crying. So when Tim Tallmadge gets me a drink, I want it to be Rick Steiner's tears because it's like, my brother, Scott. Oh, no, he's just been destroyed on the table. And then I look at Rick Steiner and go, who, get out of here, dog-faced bitch. Not happening. Oh, well, that's it. I want a piece of Rick as well.
I mean,
I want Rick on the left arm.
You guys are talking a lot, but just know what side I'm on.
Just oh my God.
It might be full effect. It might be full effect for the weekend.
I want Rick on the left.
Let me say this real quick. I was never an NWO guy. I was WCW for life. Scott was wrong then, and he's wrong now.
And while John and I pretend to turn on each other, remember, Rick, it was Scott that turned on you. Remember, it was your own flesh and blood that sold you out just for a couple of dollars. And when Armsports Entertainment sticks his hand in the pocket and pulls out the money because Tim is NWO, it's going to turn on you again, Rick. And I tell you, I want shot after shot after shot of Rick Steiner's tears. I'm with John now. I'm with John. John will whoop Big Papa Pump.
This is a man who knows what he's talking about.
I think that the red cap man has a valid point here. I think you need to bring your 3rd place trophy, Aussie.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Rick Steiner tears, baby. But it's just going to be brilliant. It's just going to be a really good thing. And while we're at it, guys, if you want a chance to win $100 cash next week, drop the code word now for 1 free entry. Or if you want multiple entries to win actual cash, well, then just become a member of a channel. I've got 3 different tiers. If you become an Ultimate Dead Set Legend, you get 12 entries plus a set of Series 2 Maximum Bang trading cards. If you become a Dead Set Legend, you get 5 entries. If you're a Banger member, you get 2 entries into the monthly draw. The first one went really well. So I was very happy with it. We ended up giving away 2 sets of cards as well as $100. So let's get in there. Code word, Armsports. Get in there. I'll leave that up for a little bit.
So something cool, if you can see, we're looking at this poster right now, so I just want to do a little shout out. Obviously, Hit Parade. If you guys don't know what Hit Parade is, again, it's another card breaker place. They actually buy high-end cards, and they take those high-end cards and get them graded. They then take them graded and put them into a one-of-one package. Those packages are normally right around like $1,200. Some of those cards are worth $100,000. The Parade is giving us 5 boxes of WWE cards to give away to people in the audience.
How can I host and be in the audience at the same time?
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a raffle ticket. We're going to do a raffle ticket, and we're going to spin the drum. Trophy Smack on the bottom right here. They are giving us big Scott Steiner bicep bash chains, big old necklace chains. Each super match winner is going to get one of those, along with a big belt, an Armsports Entertainment bicep bash championship belt that we will carry over to every show that we do. That champion will come back and pull another person, but they will carry that belt, and it will be the same size belt as the WWE Championship belt.
Oh, yes.
That's sexy. Man, explain, man, I just so many questions. How does the week look? So John and I will arrive in Vegas. We're all going to arrive together around Monday. Is that right?
Yeah, Monday mid-morning we'll all arrive. Aussie obviously will be coming with me from Arizona because we have something else we're taking on, another gig, because we don't have enough on our plate. We might as well just do more.
More announcements coming on another show.
More announcements coming later on. But yeah, we get there Monday. We go check out the site. The setup is already being started. My team is driving the tables up for the event and some banners, some other stuff. Everything's locked and loaded. Then we have a dinner, staff dinner on Monday night at the Cosmo. Cosmo in Las Vegas is our official host hotel. Anybody in the chat wants to get a hold of any of us here, to get a hold of me, I will give you a link to get a discounted room at the Cosmo. That's where we're all staying. We will do the event on Tuesday. We will be there all day doing podcasts. So we'll drop the links, but it's going to be a scheduled podcast of your channel, my channel, Chris Van Fleet's channel. Scott Steiner is going to go live on X on his channel. Sarah's doing something. There's going to be like 6 freaking shows throughout the day. And then we'll do the whole show at night. And then after the show's done at night, we have a private VIP area at the Cosmo Chandelier Bar that they're giving us for a little meet and greet, that if you couldn't make the show or anybody wants to come hang out with us, you can come meet us out there. Wednesday, we're doing a relaxing day at the pool. We got two cabanas at the Cosmo. So we're going to be chilling there all day with a nice dinner at night. Thursday, we are doing the wrestling con.
Yes.
So
many good people at that.
And we're actually working on having our own booth with Scott Steiner there. So if we can get that, that's going to be great. I don't know if we can or not. But
if that falls through, that's okay, because everything else has just been insane. I'm not going to sit there and get pissed off if we don't go to WrestleCon.
Obviously, we're working on getting tickets into the Hall of Fame on Friday. Again, if not, it's fine. We're going to probably sit at the sports book all day long and just eat nachos and hot dogs and have beers and watch sports all day long.
Sign me up.
Jeez.
I'm going
to hate watching the NBA.
2 days of WrestleMania nonstop.
Hell yes.
And at least one night in Scott Steiner's suite.
One night. Friday night. Or Saturday.
Ooh.
And of course, we wish this guy was coming. Mario Tambakis.
Hey,
what a legend.
What do you say in wrestling?
Never say never.
Yeah, say never. Never say never.
Mario's the man.
Give me a minute.
Oh, if Mario comes to Vegas with us, I'll probably die.
Mario's a good bit of fun.
For the simple
Mario
fact
is the man.
I would like Mario to pull somebody that's really big and massive and thinks that he can destroy Mario.
Interesting.
Maybe he lives in Colorado. Maybe he trains Brian Shaw.
Ooh,
Big Biscuit. Big Biscuit.
Interesting.
Dave versus Mario on the big left-handed matchup.
That would be incredible.
I don't know. We'll see.
I love it.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Guys, we might play a bit of Caption game soon, but if you've got any questions for Tim or for the Mastodon about his match against Scott Steiner or anything you want to have a chat about? I mean, for me, maybe I've got my blind wrestling eyes, but like Chris Van Vliet, Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash, if they're just like show remote interest in arm wrestling or enjoy the event and they're asked about it and they put it on all their social medias, like it's just insane. We know Scott obviously wants to promote his event, so that'll be all over X. You're saying before that'll be on there, but man, I mean, I'm just having a look. What are Kevin Nash's stats on?
Kevin Nash is
Kevin Nash has 1 million followers on Twitter.
Yeah. He actually has a really good podcast. He stopped for a minute, because one of his good friends passed away and all that. But he has a good following. He does well, and he still has a Legends contract as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and just what they could do for the three of our careers, you know what I mean? They just have to give us a shout out, and suddenly our numbers are skyrocketed.
That's the goal.
I love this excitement, enthusiasm you have for this, Tim.
I'm excited for it. I'm so excited. I've been working around the clock on this for a long time. It's a lot of flights from here to the East Coast to Vegas, and the contract signed, baby. We're rolling. It's 100%. It's we're exclusive too. I mean, that's the number one thing I wanted was everybody wants to steal somebody's idea nowadays.
Yeah.
The best part is they can't steal my idea. I have exclusive rights with the right people, and this is my thing, and I'm taking it and I'm moving forward with it.
It's gonna be insane.
As one of your front linemen in this overwhelming surge of arm sports entertainment power, let me be the first to say, my sword will be wet.
Oh, I tell you, Tim, John and I better not be sharing a room. It's just, I just think this is incredible. I think the potential for it all is going to be great. I just can't see anything going wrong with this.
So all bullshit aside, the moment I found out about this, I went straight into training specifically for the event. I'm actually in a very good spot because I just came off of 10 weeks of real hardcore training that was going to lead up to the Arnold. But I ended up not going because I got sick. So now, you know what I've actually decided? Since I'm so intrinsically so much more powerful than Scott Steiner, I'm not even going to train for arm wrestling over the next 6 weeks. I'm going to train to just get these biceps to grow even bigger. I'm going to have the show. I'm going to have the go. And unfortunately, I don't think Scott Steiner's going to have either one.
Because he's a bitch.
I don't know.
Look, at the end of this, I'm gonna do something great for the WWE universe. I am going to confirm what the current champion has recently said, and that's that the WWE universe stinks. Gunther said that first. I'm a Gunther man, and I'm going to prove that they don't have the guts. They don't got the intestinal and testicular fortitude to show up at this event to see their hero, Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, go down in a heap.
Well, we've got a question here from Karen Looms. Thank you very much for the super chat. He's asking, Tim, will there be a match that rivals Gary Roberts versus Ryan Grondon match?
I would love to respond to this. Ryan Grondon. We've met many times. Gary Roberts is one of my best friends. We've known each other for many years. I was on the very first Ruler of the Nation, believe it or not. If you want a match with him, that's easy. Washington State, let's make it happen. I'll fly you out. I'll put $500 on the line. Winner takes all. Let me know.
Well, they had a match when John Brezink pulled Paul Lynn.
No.
Right.
Yes, they did. Yeah, that's what Carolyn's talking about.
And Gary murdered him, didn't he?
Yeah. Blue chalk in his face.
I was there when Paul Lynn pulled John.
Yeah, it was at that event. It was over before it started. Like Ryan was new to the sport, started his 98%, and went to the event, went and traveled there, and yeah, they had pulled.
Let's make it happen.
So a rematch. Well, Gary hasn't trained, and Ryan's probably been training, so it might be more even.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not like Ryan Grondin is training. I mean,
he's tearing the house down. There you go. MN in the chat.
Lewis.
This guy. Big fan of Lewis.
Everybody needs a Lewis.
He's the one.
Except for his setup. Fix your setup, Lewis.
And also the part where you pass out after you arm wrestle. Fix that one too.
Yeah. But we say this out of sincerity and love.
I'm hoping Lewis will be in Vegas with us. Everybody,
I love it. Man, good dude.
What's training? It was the final match. Travis stopped it because Gary was being too crazy.
Right.
Yeah, they pulled like one round or 2 rounds or something. It was hilarious. Well, while everyone's in there and we've got Uncle Jon for one night only, I think we'll play a bit of caption game, a bit of fun. I saw a video on Reddit of all places, and it was from a morning show, like one of those morning shows from like 20 years ago by the looks of it.
Yeah. Happened
to be in the country of Turkey.
Oh, no.
Very, very interesting footage. So I've got it here. That's Engen Terzi on the left with the giant elbow fair, taking on the man with 2 hands. Hang on, I'll redo the photo so you can see.
Oh my God! Face. Engen forgoes WAF rules to beat morning show host. That's the title of that newspaper. Maybe unsurprisingly, Engen cheats to make sure he wins.
And he had to go at the TV presenter as well in the video.
Oh my God.
I taught Devin everything he knows about arm wrestling.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll see if I can fix it. But look at that big elbow fair.
Hey, I'm sure that Engen will have his guys on this show to delete this clip because I'm sure he owns the rights to this. He doesn't want.
Oh mate, you should see sometimes the comment section I get because I have a bit of fun. Is that better? That's a bit better.
Look at this knob with the microphone. What is this guy's deal?
Wow, that's what we want to know.
What's Engen looking at? Oh man.
What else have we got? We've got this man will rule arm wrestling one day.
You spelled destroy wrong.
Yeah, that's not Devon. Looks more like a young RVJ. Mm-hmm. He's just thinking elbow was way off. You say, don't let Devon see this. The referees will call what I tell them to call.
I wish I could comment on this right now. I'd say, "Opener."
No running fouls. What else have we got? That's a good one.
3 months.
Yeah.
Wait, why is that announcer looking down and smiling?
Well,
I
I can't see Engen's left hand, so
Yeah, what's going on here?
Oh,
yeah. The presenter is thinking, "What? Who have we invited onto our television show?"
Why are you so angry?
Oh my god!
What else? What else? Get him in there. Get him in there.
How'd you find it?
I'm not even in arm wrestling and can still put a contract on my arm.
That guy that he's pulling right there, still contracted to this day.
Yeah.
He's the one that started the t-shirts never been beat.
That's not
man.
a peg. We'll leave that up for a little bit longer. Come in with some good ones, guys. Try and make Uncle Jon spit water through his nose. And before all you people record and send it back to him, the caption game is just a laugh, guys. It's just a bit of fun. You should see it, John, man. I've been playing the caption game. Like we've had Engen, we've had Levan, we've had Devon, but every time it's Engen's like, oh my God, why are you disrespecting him? It's like, dude, it's a caption game.
Yeah, it's Engen cucks.
It's
It's just guys that are betas that want to suck off Engen. That's what half of arm wrestling is made up of. Probably 75%.
You don't talk to my friend that way.
Did he do it? What do we got here? Just pop that in there. Yeah, get your comments in there. But yeah, it was quite funny. Just takes him on with two hands. Does relatively well, but you know, if we go back to the original picture, look at that. Whew. John, you can park your car in that gap between the elbow and the table.
I'm not ready to call that an elbow, actually. Let's bring Engen in, and then he can tell us why it's not an elbow.
Yeah. We just need a real referee on the show to call that fair.
I agree. That's what's needed.
We need one. Well, I'm officially not refereeing the first ever North American pay-per-view with Engen in fucking Texas. I'm not one of the referees. I will announce it right now. I was not invited.
You were not invited?
I am not invited.
Oh, Tim, you must have gone down the wrong path. Like so many of us before that have fallen over ourselves to try to help Engen, only to be stopped on
the very first one.
Were you there in Florida?
Yep, I've done every single one. Every one they've had.
You're making too many moves, Tim. You're growing too big.
I guess so. I don't know.
Wow.
That's what it is. But I will be there. Because
I love it.
Because I am a couple corner guys. So we will be all right. I will be on stage, just not a referee.
Well, give us a wave.
Yeah.
You know who asked me to be his corner guy?
Who?
John Brezink.
Well, I will be his, yeah, but Mindaugas Terasitis.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
That's good. I'm a Terasitis fan.
Repping ArmSports Entertainment, who will be in the house June 7th for Arizona State. Mindaugas.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yep.
Love it.
Lars Robakin.
Oh, even better.
Well, I won't give any more away. We'll talk about it.
Ooh, that's sexy.
I know a couple of guys that might be at WrestleMania, might be at Arizona State as well.
Who knows? We'll see how we'll see how they perform. I might rather have Scott there. He might be the champion.
I tell you what, Tim, I'll put the challenge at you. I'll give you $1,000 if you can find two people better on the mic than John and I.
Yeah.
$1,000. Wrong. You can't do it is the correct answer. Just a couple more capture games, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about everything that's going on. For Team East, that's not a foul. Oh, no.
Of course not.
Beauty. I can hear Adam saying, you banned. Engen, this is what I meant by running fouls. What else have we got? Tim sandbagging his best friends, the Latvians, by switching to Minder. Well, hang on. Jeremy's annoyed me here. Is Lars competing at Arizona State? I might have to come. First of all, said Minder's coming. Second of all, John and I will be there. And, but it's only Lars, Jeremy. Okay. I see you, Jeremy. I see you. I get it.
What about big old Flip Larson will be in the house for a couple weeks?
Yeah, he's,
Nice.
he's a big guy. He's competing this weekend, actually.
I even have somebody over by you coming in. Believe it or not.
You have someone coming over by what?
Ashley from New Zealand will be in the house.
She's very strong. She's very strong. She's there. No, Jeremy, I will not take sucking up. Says Jake, to be fair, I know you were coming. Lars is my friend. Well, so I'm not your friend, Jeremy. Only joking, Jeremy, only joking. Tim, you know, when you're on the show, you don't have to.
That's not me.
Be in the comments. Have you been hacked as well? Oh, no.
I've been hacked.
Bloody hell.
You
So
know who that
besides,
is? That's my manager. That's John Belak right there.
Belak.
well, Johnny
No,
boy, get the super chats going, buddy.
No. Hold on.
Get the red ones. Red's my favorite color. No, I'm only joking, Johnny. I like Johnny.
My card's linked to that. Please don't do that.
Yeah. John. So what does your 2025 look like, arm wrestling wise? And unfortunately, you're losing the poll because I've asked, should you return every Monday night? 144 votes. 58% said yes. 10% said of course. 24% said hell yeah, and 8% said yes please. So we'll see John back next Monday night.
Well, I can tell you this. Right now, I am left arm number 1 in Minnesota.
What question? Sorry.
Tim. I'll tell you, it was Tim.
Well, Cole would guess correct.
What are you saying?
Who got the most action in high school?
Oh.
Anyway. All right, Aaron.
You just make the list.
So, yeah, you're number 1 in Minnesota, you were saying?
Left arm. I am number 1 in the state of Minnesota, and no one is close.
Where's Jeff Dave at?
He's where I left him when I beat him 3-0 in February.
Really?
But he's a wonderful man. I love Jeff Dave. He's the best. But yeah, I beat him. So I think my left right now is at its highest potential. It's absolutely amazing. My right is number 1 in Minnesota. I think there's people in Minnesota that could potentially give me some problems.
I didn't know you pulled Jeff.
Yep, February last year.
Tim, what are you doing? I saw you on your phone.
Serious?
I saw you on your phone.
Come on,
You
John.
cheeky son of a... Don't blame John.
He's gonna get fired. He's gonna get fired.
I'll have to buy a few drinks over there with that. I'll have to buy that legend.
Oh, good thing in Vegas they're free.
Hey,
Elsie's gonna be.
Well, then it's washed out.
He's gonna be at the slot machine. Like, let me buy the round. Let me buy the next round. Like, thanks, Aussie. We're already playing. It's free.
I'm awesome like that. Don't worry. Yeah. I'll get them, boys. I'll get them on me. Paisan. Hey, Rick Steiner tears. Over here on me.
look, everything in my life, one way or another, has been a lead up to this match. A lot of people can say, "Oh, they don't care for WWE." They can say whatever, they don't like that. You are wrong. I've proved that you're wrong time and time and time again. And guess what? I've only brought more and more climaxes. And you better believe that in April, at the space The Mastodon John Thompson versus Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner is going to be a climax, the likes that you have never seen before. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to holler. I hope you're ready for the Hoochie Mamas, because it's the only thing on my radar. It's the only thing I'm training for. It's Scott Steiner. Maybe you want to start thinking a little harder before you sign the contract.
And it's all happening here. Bicep Bash hosted by Scott Steiner. Main event, Uncle Jon versus Scott Steiner, where arm wrestling meets pro wrestling thanks to Tim Tallmadge and Armsports Entertainment. This is something that we need everyone to get a part of. If you can't be there in Vegas with myself, with John, with Tim Tallmadge, with the Armsports Entertainment crew, with Kevin Nash, with Rick Steiner, with Scott Steiner, make sure you keep an eye out on Triller TV. Tim has signed an exclusive Triller TV contract. This is going to be insane. You're going to see Jordan Sill. You're going to see Sarah Backman. You're going to see Don Underwood, Brandon Allen, all in the action there. How good does this look? Tuesday, April 15th. Right before Mania, baby. I don't know. There's just something about this, guys. The viewership is just going to get good numbers.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
I just think that the timing of it, so like East versus West that Tim's not invited to, will be at the end of March. We'll kind of be looking for the next thing. Because I don't think it's the next East versus West is in May. And that's all I can really think of until it's more importantly Arizona State in June. So I just think the viewership will be awesome. Alexander Clark, thank you very much for the super chat. Says, Uncle Jon, what do you think of Roman Moore coming back and destroying the super heavyweight class? Flash John Houston twice in a row.
Yeah, that was a tournament in Minnesota 2 weekends ago. I was just commentating. I didn't pull because I was saving myself for the Arnolds, which I ended up not going to. But this guy named Roman Moore, apparently he's I think it's the same guy. He just moved to Minnesota, but he'd been pulling with John Brezink as a training partner. And I think that's what I heard. And he came in and he basically the super heavyweight class was not super stacked. They had some good pullers in it, but it was not very deep, I guess I should say. But he looked very, very impressive against guys that are pretty tough.
I've never heard of him. I'll see John.
I hadn't heard of him either, but seems like a nice guy. So looking forward to pulling with him.
I'm training with John right now, getting him ready for his match. And
nice.
It's been hard because if people don't really know, I have to go to 200 pounds in August, but I've been trying to train John.
Right.
And so I'm 240 right now.
Oh,
it's not comfortable. It hurts. But John is strong as shit.
Nice.
He's ready.
Wow. I've got a video coming out tomorrow about John Brezink. But Tim, what else is happening in your work? Because people know you as the Armsports Entertainment guy. People know you as a referee, but like you're on a bit of a winning streak at the moment. What matches have you got coming up?
I really don't have many matches coming up. There's one that I want, that I'm waiting for him to accept it at 220. So many people don't know that obviously I hosted the 220 round robin last year at Arizona State. Yes. I pulled myself out because I was too putting it. You've been to my shows. You know what I go through. I had to pull myself out because it would have been a shit show. But I feel like now that I would have done really good in that. And so I want Ryan Ballinger at Arizona State. I want Ryan Ballinger. He took number 3. He's number 3 in North America. I believe that that's my spot. I respect him very much. He's so freaking strong, but I believe that that's my spot, and that's who I want at Arizona State.
Wow.
Nice.
Where have I heard that name from? Ryan Ballinger.
He pulled Coach Ray.
Oh, yes, he beat Coach Ray.
Yep.
Okay.
I just think it's a good match. And then obviously a lot of the Carolina Chaos guys already come out to my event. They're already planning on coming out.
They got a good team out there, Carolina Chaos.
I arguably, in my opinion, the best team in North America.
Because that's Adam Wazinski, Hunter Knopfs. That's them, isn't
Ryan
it?
Ballinger, Adam Chad Silvers. I mean, Shane Owens. Dude, the people are strong as shit. And so, I mean, I just want that match. I mean, I beat Jordan Still 2 years ago, a year and a half ago now. And so I'm ready for it. Let's do it. But on another note, we might have a special guest coming onto the show last minute.
Oh, yeah?
For Arizona or
For the Bison Bash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another special guest. Bloody hell. Keep drinking, Tim, so we can find out now what it is.
Well, I just told him to join. So it's funny that nobody will know who he is, but he is also the mastermind behind all this.
Mm.
He was the mastermind behind the Giannis and Corey Miller event. He did all my marketing for that event. He's doing the marketing going forward for ArmSports Entertainment and everything we stand for. So I just told him to join. He just got home. He's on the East Coast. He should be joining now.
Well, introduce him, Tim. Bloody hell, introduce him.
If people don't know who this is, and they probably don't, this is the mastermind behind a lot of things ArmSports Entertainment does and has done for the past 5 years. Preston Jeski. He's the one that's putting all this bicep bash together and making it all what it's going to be for all of us. And he's been away all day long, so he hasn't seen the chat all day and all the shit talking we've done. I'm on Scott's side, obviously. I'm ready to go right here.
Oh, geez.
But Uncle Jon seems to think otherwise up there. But yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about what we got going on? I already told him about the sponsors, a little bit of the lineup, but your vision on where we're gonna take this from WrestleMania to maybe Virginia and so forth.
Yeah, listen, it's been a crazy day, so thanks for having me on here. I can't believe you're already repping the NWO shirt, John. I just slapped you right in the face already, huh? I guess. Okay.
Hey, add one more to the pile.
My gosh, man. My gosh. But yeah, man, listen, I'm so excited for all you guys. I'm excited for this event. I'm excited for what we're doing. I mean, obviously, you know, guys, I've known Timmy for a very long time. I've been a huge, huge fan of what you guys do in the arm wrestling world. I just love everything that is the sport, the industry, the characters that are in it, the athletes themselves. I love everything about it. And, you know, now this opportunity that we have, you know, I'm a very blessed individual. I tell a lot of people that I've been blessed in my life and, you know, the right place, right time, I guess. And now I get to work with the Scott Steiner, the Big Papa Pump, a.k.a. Freakzilla, a.k.a. Big Booty Daddy, a.k.a. I don't know. How many lines do you want? Because I got them all right now, man. Let me tell you. Ain't nothing finer than doing with Scott Steiner. You know, like I got all those, man. But yeah, like, listen, being able to bring together what you guys do and the sport and the athletes and everything that is arm wrestling and just pair it with professional wrestling, it just made way too much sense for me. It just made way too much sense for me. Obviously, we got the massive event that's WrestleMania. It's happening in Las Vegas. Like, what a way to kick this off together, right? So I'm excited. I can't wait for everybody to get here. To be honest, I wish it was 65 days out because I feel like I need an extra 20 days right now. But hey, it is what it is. We got our sponsors coming in. They're coming in hot. They all want to be a part of this. I'm sure Timmy's already told everybody. Triller's on board. Like, I mean, let's freaking go, guys. We got Triller on board. We got incredible sponsors from all across the gambit. We got our Trophy Smack guys who are going to be giving us our championship belts. People are going to be fighting for those belts. We've got swag. We've got prizes. We've got giveaways. We've got Big Papa Pump himself. We've got some special guests that we can't name just yet. Live Q&A. I mean, listen, it's just going to be a vibe. It's going to be an event. We're going to showcase everything that is the incredible sport that is arm wrestling, and we're going to add that pro wrestling flair to it, right? So I hope everybody, enjoys themselves, show up for the event. If you can't be in Vegas, you can't be there for the event, grab the pay-per-view on Triller because you're not going to want to miss this thing. And yeah, I mean, I'm ready, guys. I mean, I'm not ready, but I'm ready, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it's going to be insane. So if you're wondering, the man behind it all, Preston's there helping Tim. They're working together to put on this big, epic event. John and I are thrilled to be a part of it. We can't wait to get there. We can't wait to watch John whoop Scott Steiner's ass, and I can't wait to have shots of Rick Steiner's tears because it's not even close. Not even close. And just can't wait to just pretend I'm a dog as well and lick Rick Steiner's face when he's crying because his brother's just been whooped.
Look, I want to know one thing, and I think all the people want to know one thing, and that is, when do I get my first shot talking to Scott Steiner face to face to try to make him realize what an intensely horrendous mistake he has made?
I mean, I think we should probably set it up on something like this. I think this might be the perfect platform for that. I think
Yes.
I think when I see the big man tomorrow, maybe we should bring this up to him. I will tell you this, John, here on the East Coast, it's 8:30 at night. And I can tell you right now, for a fact, I know where my guy is. And my guy is in the gym.
You better be. Look, Scott Steiner might go to the gym.
He's been there for 3 hours.
He might go to the gym, but he ain't in no cave. I threw it all away. I've been in the cave. I've been getting big. I've been getting strong. And this just happened to be the first opportunity for me to come out of that cave. And boy, am I excited. That all those hoochie mamas, all of them, every single last one will be hollering my name in Las Vegas.
Wow. So John's going to claim the freaks and the peaks.
Mm-hmm.
The freaks, the peaks, all the geeks.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, I'm not afraid to speak the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
And that
Yeah, let's lock in a show.
I think we got to do it, guys. I think we got to do it. I think
the fact of the matter is, look,
I think we got to get
Scott Steiner last arm wrestled against some idiot named Paul Levesque, who nobody even knows. And on top of that, he got so lucky. Steiner was the luckiest man on earth. He should have lost that match. He was elbow following like crazy. He should have lost.
Flat wristing.
Nobody. Do you think I'm Paul Levesque? I'm Andre the Giant compared to Paul Levesque. I will squash this man. I will turn him around, and I will make the WWE universe stand up and cry Big Papa Pump tears.
Got to get him on here because, we got to be hanging and banging, singing and slanging. We need the jaw jacking to happen so I can watch John do the wrist cracking. We need a show big time ASAP.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
Beautiful. Quick opinion around the room. What did everyone think of Cena's heel turn? I thought it was incredible. Thought it was done perfectly. Top 5 heel turns of all time.
Loved it.
I think it's a twist. What I want to know is The Rock held up the number 3. So therefore, he's claiming that he's already got 3 souls. Who are the other ones?
Yeah, because when he did the throat thing, then he held up the number 2.
He only held up 2, but the other shot he had 3, right? So he's going for 3, and he's got 2 currently. And is one of the other 2 Travis Scott?
Maybe.
He had no business being there. He was in the way. Like, I thought he was having a seizure in the corner. He was doing this for no reason. I was like, so get a medic. He's just like, and then stuffed up the spot because he was lifting up Cody's head.
Well, I thought he was actually lighting up another fatty, because when he first came out on the very first Monday Night Raw on Netflix, he came out with Jey Uso and he had rolled a big blunt. So I thought maybe this guy was sitting out in the corner lighting his fatty up and like maybe he spilt ashes on himself. I was like, what is that guy doing? It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. But I mean, I think could it be CM Punk? CM Punk is pretty pissed off right now.
He is angry.
Could it be
I'll tell you
Seth,
who it
could it
won't
be
be.
Seth freaking Rollins?
Nah, I tell you who it won't be, because their arm will be in a sling. Scott Steiner. It won't be Scott Steiner.
Hey, look, going back to this Travis Scott thing.
Make sure you guys. I'm gonna get the copy of this because I'm just gonna DM it to him right now. As soon as we're done, just so you guys know.
And you say, hey, Scott, the guy who's about to ruin the rest of your experience on WrestleMania week in Las Vegas is talking trash right now. He's ahead of the gate. He's leading the pack, and you better do something.
Whew. If you could see, I'm going to do the Rock, like right now, like this, the hair on the skin is standing up. John, you're bringing it. He's getting this. He's getting the copy of this as soon as we're done. You guys send me this copy. I'm sending it to him, and I'm guarantee you he's going to text me at like 1:00 in the morning when he's still in the gym, and be like, "Does John really think he has a chance? Does he really?" That's what he's going to say.
Look, I hope that Scott Steiner can speak for himself. I mean, we know the man is not a mathematician. Steiner Math is not math. And anybody who says so is ridiculous. That whole family has had math problems for years.
Yeah, that's where I'm out. I'm out. On the math part, I'm out because, I mean, that's a Steiner thing.
I will show the world that Scott Steiner has been trying to lead everyone astray for years. And it's all a big bunch of Big Papa Puff that's going to go up in smoke in April.
Whew. Timmy, I didn't realize you're getting me on here to hear all this.
Yeah, see, what happened was...
Oh, wow. Okay.
He thought it was big for a second. And he doesn't know.
Listen, we'll settle all of this ASAP. Yeah. We'll let it settle itself at Bicep Bash, but all this jibber jabber, we'll get it together with Scott. We'll let Big Papa Puff. We'll let Big Papa Puff, as you say, John, get on here, and you can say it straight to the man, and we'll see where that goes.
I'll see what my schedule has open.
Listen, I tried telling this fucking student teacher that he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. That he might be bigger now than he was back then. Like, he works out so much and he's so fucking strong. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Yep.
It's scary.
I hope it's true.
They don't call him the genetic freak for nothing, man. I'll tell you that.
I hope he's circling. You know, I compare him to a great white shark back in the day, putting the recliner on people, the Steiner line, the Frankensteiner. But I think we all know the only reclining Scott's been doing lately is at his home.
Oh my God. Somebody clip that right now. Put it on X at Scott Steiner on X. Clip that real quick. Get it up there. Let our man see it. And Tim, we'll just let Scott handle this guy.
Yeah, I took a step back about an hour ago.
Yeah, we'll just let Scott handle this guy.
I don't know what else to do. I warned him pre-show. I said, if you're going to go that deep, you better be able to back it up. And then we were talking, and I brought you on. I said, hey, look, he doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Listen, I mean, I don't even know if John can actually handle Brock. Like he's going all the way up to Big Papa right now. Maybe we should warm him up a little bit with the sun, you know? I mean, I'm sure you saw the pictures online, John.
Look, if you
It's in the genetics. It's in the genetics.
Anybody with the last name Steiner is welcome to get up to that table because the Steiners might rule the ring, but they do not rule my table. Anyways, I was more of a Legion of Doom guy anyways.
Wow. All right, cut that one up. Put it again. At Scott Steiner on X, everybody.
Here's another one for you. I'm from the great state of Minnesota. And that's one thing I have in common with Scott Steiner is that he went to the University of Michigan and they're both M's. I'll tell you this, University of Michigan is trash. And the Gophers will run roughshod over them in hockey, in football, in basketball, any sport you can come up with. And the Minnesota Mayhem is going to destroy Michigan, the Steiners, and any legacy they have left.
All right, when are we running this back? Because I'm texting this guy right after this. Because listen, I can't do this justice. I'm not even going to try. I just make the magic. I move the wand and the pieces in the background. John.
Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night.
I'm glad you're getting your practice now, John, because you're going to need it for when Big Papa gets in here.
Well, tell him he has no idea.
I
will go.
Yeah, before you joined, PJ, we created another match. So turns out we have another down under boy coming over, Mario Tambakis, and he's going to pull Saray from Colorado. And it's going to be a banger of a fucking
match. Nice.
It's going to be a banger of a match.
Wow. Okay, so we are just giving everybody the show of all shows right away, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't tune in, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I mean, listen, I'm going to be there. I'll probably be there live and still pay for the pay-per-view to watch Scott whoop John's ass.
I mean,
oh yeah, I'll be there on stage commentating, and I'll be buying the pay-per-view as well. Scott also tweeted the Gophers are weak as piss.
Well, look, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he's fumbling. I'm sure he's stumbling. But when it comes to April, he's only going to be mumbling because the Mastodon has too much. I've got too much here. I've got too much here and way too much here.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, it's not enough.
If Scott was here, he would just say he has too much here.
Yeah, it's not enough.
But I'll let him say that. I'm the background guy. I don't have the chainmail. I don't have 24-inch arms like he did. No, I'm just here I'm here for it though, John, and I appreciate your veracity in getting yourself all pumped up for this. I really do.
Maybe you're not aware, but this is level 1 of many, many levels, Preston. We've got a long way to go. We got 6 weeks of absolute turmoil and torture that I'm going to put Scott Steiner through. This is going to be worse than when Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were screwing with the Steiners. It's going to be way worse than that. And I just am very happy that the match is sealed, signed, and delivered. There's no backing out. There's no going home. Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready. It's going to be something to behold.
This will make the Montreal screw job look like my daughter's finger painting. Like,
because when I get face to face with Scott Steiner and I tower above him and I walk into that room sideways because I'm so thick, I'm so broad, you know.
I thought you were like 5'5".
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to bring my birth certificate to the match, and I'm going to show you all that my father was a refrigerator. I've got the shoulders to prove it. And Scott Steiner, we may be related. But don't forget, Scott, 2003 was a long time ago. I was but a wee lad, and in that time, I have become more of a monster than you could ever imagine.
I mean, he talks a good game, guys. He talks a good game.
There's nothing
we'll
to do.
it live on the Aussie Arm Wrestlers channel when they'll have their first face-to-face meeting. Thanks to Preston. Thanks to Tim. It is going to be insane. I think that's a perfect way to wrap up the show with that. I'll try and get some clips out on X so Scott is aware of what is going on, and we can't wait for it. Tim, Preston, thank you so much for joining. And now we'll probably have Uncle Jon back next week with a touch of Scott Steiner. Oh, holy shit.